Hey guys, welcome to JTV Extra. I'm Sandra Younger. I'm going to be your instructor for this really cool, delicate mother of pearl bracelet. But what I really want to concentrate on is how to make this macrame loop. And it's not quite what you think because for this technique, it's actually like a multi-strand, and then you start in the middle, and then you work your way out, and then you do some folding. But we're going to have, that's going to be today's lesson. It's going to be really interesting, and I think you're going to learn a lot. And this technique you can apply to like bracelets or necklaces. It's going to be really cool. I am so excited about this because I've always wanted to teach it, and I don't think that I have. But anyway, if this is your first time here, welcome to the JTV Extra show, especially my show, where everything that I teach is with a cord knotting and design tool that I invented called the Knotty-Do-It-All, which is, this is our large board. And I tell you guys, this thing is amazing because there are so many different techniques that I teach, and like transitions, different kinds of stringing materials. I mean, you name it. I mean, this tool will keep you busy all day. And also, if the share button, if you're watching on Facebook, or I don't know where else this show appears, but if you're watching on Facebook, you can't shop the items unless you're watching it through the JTV Extra link. So, which is the one where you could like see the items on the right-hand side of your screen, which brings me to, if you click on any of those items, you can get a more detailed description. You can add them to your cart. And don't forget, if you don't have this board, hang on, let me go back because I want to tell you more about the boards in just a second. But what I meant to tell you is that if you have, today is like, I mean, if this month is your birthday, or or it's the anniversary of your first purchase, you do have a few benefits here. So your birthday, you do get a $20 $20 in brilliant cash. And if it's the anniversary of your first purchase, you get $20. And I'm not sure. I know that right now, I mean, the last that I heard, a first-time purchaser, you earn $40, but I think it might be more. You might want to check it out. I'm not sure because I looked on the website yesterday, and I swore I saw a different number. And if you are a part of the Sparkle Ambassador Refer a Friend, you get $25 in brilliant cash, and so does your friend. And also, if 1% back on all purchases, you do not need to have a JTV card to get the 1% back. However, if you do have a preferred card, you will get 2% back on anything you buy. So who's got a birthday this month? Anybody? I'll be looking in the comments to see who has a birthday this month. Anyway, our product lineup, and then my favorite part of the show, which is the customer show. And remember, guys, if you have anything, just send it in. I'd love to see what you're making. So here are the products that are on today's show. Okay, so let's see what goodies we have today. All right, guys, you know it. My favorite tool, the Knotty-Do-It-All. This is our large one, and it is made out of like beautiful light birch. And a couple of features, it has the rulers in both inches and centimeters, and it's got a bead and ring size chart. It's got anti-slip feet. And this thing is rock solid. It is not a flimsy tool. It weighs about 2.5 pounds. So when you're working, you don't have to worry about this tool like slipping or, like bending or anything like that, because this is like the real deal. And it's got like, let's see, 1, 2, 5 like holes on the left side. So, if you have like beads or findings and you want to, make sure that they don't get away from you. And those have the 90-degree angle. I don't think I've ever talked about that actually, but when you are working with like seed beads and you need to like, how you need to like get it, you get the needle in there, because that's what happened to me. That's like when I came up with with those wells. And anyway, our small board it doesn't have the wells, but this thing is like a powerhouse because it does like the multi-strands, the tassels, great for making bracelets. And let me just show you just a couple of things that you can do with this tool. And one thing that, a couple of things that just makes it really fantastic. Okay, so if you make a multi-strand let's say it's a multi-strand, a leather bracelet. Usually you need those end caps that you either have to glue in or crimp on. But if you think about it, for each size leather, you need a different size end cap. But with this tool, the way it's constructed, see, look at that, no end caps. This is a triple strand and it doesn't have any end caps. And that's because it's just made like differently. So hopefully you could check out some of the videos on my website, maybe like under some of the past JTV Extra shows that shows how this is done. It's really cool. And so it's basically the same technique I used for this one, except this one is longer and I've added beads and knots. So, and then on this one, instead of doing a coil knot like I did on this one, what I did was I did a macrame binding knots, which I use these a lot. I always talk about the binding knots and, you know, how to make them and have them like just be like rock solid. And one of the other things that I teach, braiding. Braiding is never goes out of style, and it's beautiful. And you know, I have like different patterns that that you can follow. And one oh, before I talk about the tassels, let me talk about the knotting. I have a knotting like technique that, honestly, guys, this took me less than 10 minutes to knot. And you know, you must be thinking, well, the knots must be very sloppy or loose, but look at that. Perfect. Because I do it differently and the knots come out perfect, tight, every single time. And you know, it's gotten to the point, I mean, once you get some practice, you don't even need to look at what you're doing. I can actually, you know how some people can knit or crochet like when they don't look, it can get to where you don't even have to look when you do it because you just. And the other thing that this tool is just like the best. I mean, even if you bought it just to make tassels, this tool is like incredible for making tassels because of the pin and clip system. You can like change the, let's say you get like two pegs, and what you do is you just like wrap and wrap and wrap, you know, for the tassels. And then, you know, you make your knots and then you cut in the middle. And what do you have? Two. It's just like instant. So these are like some of the, you know, different things that I've made. Oh, I didn't talk about this one. This one's also macrame, but it's just done a little bit differently. And I have covered this on one of the JTV Extra shows. So you might want to check that out. And I also have a quick lesson on that on my homepage. But you know, as far as like another thing you can do with the little board, you can use it side by side with the big board to make an even like a ginormous Knotty-Do-It-All. So those are a fantastic tool, and I can't say enough about it. I use mine every single day. And so let's go on before I like keep bragging about that tool because I just love it. But next we have Miyuki beading thread. And I'm going to guess that is Japanese. And you get 50 meters. And this is, let's see, smoke gray. And it is nylon. So the spools are so cute. Let me see if I could like show you like a cute little spool. Look how cute this is. Ooh, look at that. So adorable. I like that. So this is the, there it is. Isn't that adorable? And one thing I really like about it, the colors are so pretty. Just like, almost like a metallic color. And then let's see next. Oh God, these, when I saw these, I couldn't believe how long the strand is. It's 40 inches long. I mean, it's huge. I mean, look how it just like wrapped around. And these are labradorites, and they've got a really nice like glow to them. And they're 6 millimeter. And I started knotting them, and the like S-Lon fits, and I was able to get the S-Lon through twice actually. So that's just, you know, something that, you know, if you want a bigger knot, you know, I just want you to know that you can get the S-Lon through twice, you know, especially if you used a leadered needle. And let's see, next we have these, let's see, what is this? Labradorite 6 millimeter round beads. No, sorry, I'm reading the wrong thing. Gray agate. Okay, I was going to say like, what? That is not round. Okay, these are the clover shaped, they're They're about 13 millimeter, and the strand is about 11 to 12 inches. So this is a gray agate. And so let's see, next we have, ooh, this is what I'm using today, the mother of pearl. It says here 10 and 15 millimeter. Okay, and that's kind of, I mean, the 10 millimeter, I mean, 10 millimeters sounds big, but I don't think it's really, I mean, they're very dainty. Even, I mean, 10 millimeter does sound big, but you know, that's probably because it's being measured from, you know, one side to the other. Let's see, 0. Let's measure this and see. Whoops. Let's get it. Okay, it says it's about 10 millimeters. So I guess it is. But look how cute that is. And they are very dainty. So in case you're wondering if the 10 millimeter ones are dainty, they're very dainty, very, very nice. Okay, so let's go back here. And this is another picture of them because, you know, the previous picture, they looked really, you know, like bright. But I wanted you to see like what the texture is like because they've got some really, like the color's really pretty. And next, oh, these are really, I really wanted to use these. But I thought, you know what, I gotta like either use one or the other, but both of them, no, but hopefully I'll get to use them like soon because I think they're so pretty. And this is the a detailed a picture. And on these, you get 3 styles. There's 100 in total. So it's like an antique silver and 3. Look at, I love the one on the left is really, really nice, and the one in the middle, I really like that. In the that one on the right, the hole is like really, really big. Let me see if I can grab one here. Yeah, let me show you how big the hole is. Check that out. Boy, that must be like maybe like a 4 to 5 millimeter hole. So this would be really good for like a multi-strand leather or something. But look at that, it's huge, really, really big. And so let's see what else we got. And oh, I love these spacers. These are so cute because they're so different. And you know, I was thinking these would have been perfect for last week's lesson because, you know, I wanted to do something where I had like a little thing like this, but I didn't have them last week, but now I have them. So these are really nice little connectors. Like if you're making a necklace that's long and you just want to put a cute little thing in the back, these are perfect. And they're tiny. Let me see if I can grab some here so you can take a look. I mean, they're not, because, you know, sometimes I know that my pictures, I like really zoom in and you're just like, ooh, those must be like giant size. But these are, see that? So this, let me put one on my thumbnail. See that? So they're small, very, very cute little connectors. So I would definitely get these because one day you're going to need a connector and you're going to wish you bought these because last week I needed them. And let's see, the last item. Oh, these are so cool. You know what I thought? Because the mechanism on these is really, really strong. Let me show you. You'll see what I mean. Because, you know, I thought, you know, they're kind of like hard to open. But you know what? I was thinking keychain. So these would be perfect. Like you could put like some cute little like dangly thing. Somebody made a keychain. I don't know. I think one of you guys made one that was really cute. But I was thinking that would be so perfect that you could do some kind of like cute, like knotted something or another. And this thing is so solid that it's not gonna like pop open. But you could also use it like on a necklace or, you know, to like connect something in the back. But these are really cute. And the sizes are like, let me show you, like, because let me put them in my hand because sometimes it's easier to get an idea of like the size. Like this one, like it's like, you know, doesn't fit on my pinky, but this one will go on my thumb. So you get a nice variety. They just feel so good. Anyway, they're really nice. So if you need like keychains, these are like super cool, beautiful. And you get how many? 20. So let me just like have you guys look at this real quick before I tell you that these are all the products on today's show. So if there's anything you like, don't forget to add it to your cart. Where did that keychain idea? That's a good idea because my keychain is kind of like ugly. I mean, I kid you not. I've got like the ugliest keychain on the planet, and I think I'm gonna make something cool. And I'll show it to you guys next week. Anyway, happy birthday, Bar. I would sing you happy birthday, but in case you guys didn't know, Tess Barr is like this amazing singer. So she could probably sing happy birthday to herself better than I would embarrass myself because her voice is just incredible. Anyway, happy birthday. And God, there's so many of you guys here today. I see like Gina, Sarah, Robin, Debbie. Oh my gosh. Thank you guys for joining today's show. Wow, we've got like a full house. Anyway, you guys know it's my favorite part of the show, which is the customer show. We've got some pretty nice things today, so here we go. Okay, so first up we have Norma, Los Angeles. This bracelet, she actually submitted it it was last week, but I thought I'd save it for this week because I thought it was just so cool. I don't know what that kind of leather is called. I don't think it's deer suede lace, but I like the way the beads are just on it. It's just really interesting. It's got a really like interesting look, and it can also be worn as a bracelet. So, Norma, did you macrame these? I'm going to guess that it's macrame. That's my final answer, and I think it looks really, really cool. And here's another picture of it. It's got like the pearls, and it looks like gray agate on the other side. So, this is, I just like the way it buttons in front. It's just so different. So thank you, Norma. And next we have Sarah, North Carolina. Okay, this one, she made it from the instructions from the, I believe it was the half hitch reimagined from the JTV customer appreciation tutorial. And I think you did a great job. She said that the cord was twisting, but I don't know. I'll have to like do some investigation, but that looks so pretty. I love the colors. It's just like real Southwest, the blue, the reds, and like the beige colors. So Sarah, I think you did a great job. And let's see. Oh, Laura Lee, Florida. Ooh, guys, this one is so pretty because this one is one of it's a necklace and it's actually knotted. I don't know if you could see on the right-hand side that these tourmaline beads have like knots. And the closure, which is that like I think it's a green girl like hook. It's like a clasp. What I really like about it is you don't have to put that in the back part of the necklace. You could actually like have it off to the side. But check this out. Laura Lee has it in front because it can also be worn as a bracelet, and I think it is so pretty. The colors of the tourmaline beads are just like stunning. Everything just looks so beautiful. It's got that ombre look, so beautiful. 2 thumbs up. And next we have, ooh, this is Sarah, North Carolina, the mystery beads. It says, Sandra, check glass beads. Okay, so these are some beads that were either, I think it was last week or the week before, and we all thought that they were like nut type beads, but this is actually check glass. She said she got it from JTV in a mix. And let's see, check glass beads on wire attached to 2mm leather with gold wood beads and stainless steel findings. Okay, same beads that were in the bracelet last week. Okay, so now we know. Thank you, Sarah. I think it looks so cool, so pretty. Ooh, I just love those beads. I could not figure out what they were. But now we know. And next we have Kathleen, Alabama. Okay, she had made these earrings. Oh, I don't even know what I call them. I think these were like from 3 or 4 weeks ago. But I like look at that. She did them with leather. Oh my, yeah, we've got the silk ones down there, but you can do them with leather. So beautiful. Thank you, Kathleen. God, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Boy, you have been busy. So thank you, Kathleen, Alabama, for the inspiration. And I just love the color of the leather. I like those orange ones. Very, very nice. Okay, next we have Laura Lee, Florida. Okay, I think this is it's like the single strand version of the triple wrap bracelet. Ooh, look at that. The cord is in between is green. Ooh, very nice. I love it. That's such a pretty bracelet. Look at that orange. I just want to bite it. Oh my God. That color is just incredible. The next we have Sarah, North Carolina. I call this one the spicy necklace. For some reason, it reminds me of like a red hot chili pepper. And, aside from the fact that it's really cool, she made the pendant herself. I mean, just all that wire wrapping, and you're good at that. Look how cute that is. It's so festive and cheerful. So thank you, Sarah. And next we have, Laura Lee. This is our second to the last one. Okay, this one is, I'm going to guess half hitch. See, you guys, you could do half hitch. Most people think, it's a leather thing, but, you can do it on like with any kind of stringing material. And, the important thing is that you like the way it looks, but this looks like it's red waxed jewelry cord, I'm guessing, but it came out really, really nice. Pink, that kind of pink is my absolute favorite. If I see any pink that color, I just like, it drives me nuts because it's so beautiful. And then last we have this a trio of bracelets that we saw that's a different one because let me see. Wait, let's go back. Oh no, okay, it's just a different picture of the pink one in the middle. And then we saw that the tourmaline one on the right, and then the blue one looks like a lapis. Oh, look at that. It's got that cute little bird, and oh my gosh, it's just so cute. So thank you, Laura Lee. And guys, that is it. And remember, I want to see what you send in. Sylvia, I talked to you earlier today. I'm going to be waiting for your email. And, anything that you want to send in, send it to the knotty-do-it-all@gmail.com. Okay, I'm looking at the comments and Robin says here, so if anyone ever questions why I don't share my jewelry, this is why. No, girl, you gotta like send it in. We want to know what you're making. Please send stuff in because you have no idea how unbelievable. I mean, I can give a lesson and then what you guys like, your take on it is just, it always like astounds me. It's just like amazing. Anyway, we are going to do today's lesson, but I want to I see you guys, Mary, Jenny, Chatty, Michael, Susanna, Chatty, I said Chatty already, Debbie, Robin, Gina, Sarah, Christy, Norma, Kathleen, Tess, happy birthday, Laura Lee, Robin. Oh, thank you guys so much for joining the show. Robin, I hope you're doing much better because I know that you were in the hospital, so, prayers to you. Today's lesson, okay, what I have here, okay, is a gigantic version of what we're actually going to do because I wanted you to be able to see it because the cord was so thin. I thought no one's going to be able to see what I'm doing. Okay, so I'm going to show you like the layout because this is really interesting. What you need is basically like a multi-strand. So you just come in and just wrap once and then come back this way. And what you also need to do is you need to get like the beads this is going to be the clasp. I mean, this is really interesting because this is going to be the clasp part. So the way you get the beads on, what I did was I strung them on this cord, like boom, boom, boom. And then with the leadered needle on this guy, I went like back through. So let me do one. Let me see if I could find those beads. Huh. Well, you know what? I'll just grab a big bead so that way you can see what I'm doing. Let's grab a big whole bead here. All right. Because I know this part can be a little bit confusing. Let's grab let me see, a large hole pearl. That might work. Okay, so that one end, because when you wrap, you go woo, boom. So here you slide your bead on, and then to get the other beads through, you have your leader needle and you feed it like through. And see right here, see this part? See that? That's how you get, your beads like onto the all three strands. I mean, just having the leadered needle just makes it like easier. So, and then what I did, let me clip this back on, and let me put this clip back in. So does that make sense? I mean, just that this is just like the basic how you get started. So you have like it's basically like just like a multi-strand, and then you slide your beads on. And then the next thing you need to do is this is really, really interesting. I'm so glad I'm able to do this lesson. So everything aside, so here's the little teeny weeny skinny one. This is actually today's project. See, I already have my beads on. So what I need to do is I need to find the I mean, it doesn't have to be like it's not gonna like destroy your bracelet if you don't get it like exactly centered, but try to like find the center between the two posts as much, just as closely as like possible. And one thing that you could do, because I was thinking, I mean, this I'm working a little bit offset from 0. So let me see, I'm working, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So my pegs are like 16 inches apart. So right here, that's 8 inches right there. So that's where I'm going to start doing the macrame. Let's see, I thought I had a tip. Oh yeah. If you want to make something longer, this is one case where you can absolutely use both the big board and the little board side by side to make it longer. Because this bracelet, I mean, you're thinking, well, is that going to be the bracelet? No, because after we do this macrame, we're going to come in and fold it in half. So this part that's 16 is now going to become 8 inches. Oh, Laura Lee, okay, let me start over. Okay, I don't want anyone to be confused. I know that it does look confusing, but let's just say, let me move this aside. Let me take this off, and I'll just like start like brand new. Okay, let's to make that that one part. Let me just grab some cord here. Let's see. I'll just grab this one. So what you do is you make like a multi-strand, just like this. Because I know that this one it can be like confusing. So you just make a multi-strand, and then the beads that are going to be part of the buttonhole, you string on. You have to get it on all 3 of the strands. Does that make, how long do I cut for the long piece? I did mine. Okay, that's a good question, because even though you're going to bring them together, you're going to have extra, and that is just going to be simply like folded and then macrameed over. So it doesn't have to be like exactly like 7 inches or 8 inches. The reason you want them like kind of like even, because this gets a little more complicated, is that you're going to have to put a leadered needle on each end, because once we bring it together, we need to slide the beads on. I think it'll make sense after I fold it, and you're going to be like, oh, okay, that makes sense. So when you get your beads on, which I have here, okay, and then what you need to do is now we need to do the macrame part right here. And like I said, I think it will make sense once I've done that macrame thing. Okay, so what I did was I took the wax jewelry cord. This is the 0.5, and I cut out about 2 yards. Oh my gosh, ooh, girl. Let me just get another piece. So 2 yards, and 2 yards is going to be like probably way more than you need. But you know what? I just didn't want to take any chances. And the neat thing about this cord is it does split very easily. So let's split this. Let me show you how it's done. So you just like kind of like untwist it a little bit. See that? And then you put your finger right in there. And when you pull it, don't do that. Okay, just pull it like along itself like this. And then it just like comes like out. And you know what? Let me see if I can just do this whole thing. See, I'm just pulling along the cord, and then I just like ease it down, and it just like loosens up the rest of the cord, and then watch this. Done. Split in half. Okay, now we need to stretch these because see how it's got those kinks in there? So the way to get rid of the kinks, you just like wrap it around your fingers and pull. See that? Perfect. So let me do that to the other one as well. Okay. So let me put that one aside. Don't get lost. Yeah, this is actually this is really cool. You're gonna love it. Especially the transition into the bracelet. Because see, this part here is what I'm gonna make first. Okay. And this technique, it's seen in a lot of I don't know if you guys have seen a lot of these bracelets that come from Thailand that are like they're macrame, and you know, you just like, how did they get that seamless look on that loop? And well, this is how it's done. I'm giving you an industry insider like secret here. Okay, so we're going to line these two up because these are going to be our macrame cords, and now we got to center these. Okay, so we're going to find the middle right there. Okay, so now the fun begins. Okay, so this is about the middle. I'm going to take one of the little tiny clips. I'm going to put it right about there. Then I'm going to take this out. Now, when we macrame, we need to go like, the reason we have to find the middle here because we're going to macrame part of it going this way and then the other part going the other way. So I'm just going to take these and then I'm going to clip this right there. Okay. Now, very carefully, let's macrame this side. So I'm going to do a top. Yeah. Make sure you have your beads separated. So there's a top, and then I'm going to do a bottom. Just like, I'm going to do it real delicately because I know this is going to slip. So there's a top and a bottom. Okay, now this one, I'm going to crank it down a little bit more. And then I'm going to come, when you come to this side, and at this point, I'm just like getting it like tightened. Okay, the interesting thing, when you come back to do it on this side, you need to like macrame like opposite of what you just did. So when you do your top and your bottom, like I always teach it this way, but for when you're coming back from working in the middle, you need to do it this way, or else you get some kind of like weird like bump in your macrame. So there's a top and then a bottom. Okay, so now we're on our way. Okay, so then you slide a bead down, and then I'm gonna do a top and a bottom and a top and a bottom. So I think I'm gonna, you know what, let me double check my bracelet. So there's a top and a bottom. Let me just make sure that I didn't do, see, this cord is long, top and bottom. Let me, where's my bracelet? Do you guys see it? Oh, yeah, there it is. Okay, I did, whoops, like there's two macrames in between. Okay, so I'm gonna do another. Remember, on this side, you have to like do it like opposite. So let me just do this real quickly. Okay, these beads are 2 millimeter faceted, like a hematite. These are really, really tiny. Okay, so there we go. And the hole that it makes ends up being big enough for I think like an 8 millimeter. I need, God, you know, it would be really nice if I had like one of those super, did I do two? No, I need to speed up because I don't want to run out of time. So there's a top and a bottom. The I've never seen them, but a really, 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 really like tiny mandrel would be great for like measuring like holes. So do you see how it's coming along, how this is starting to look like that like that, the pattern or just the look of the that loop. Okay. Okay. And you can use like any like 2 mil. It doesn't have to be so that was top. I don't guys, I'm trying to talk and like do this at the same time. Okay, so now when you get here, you just do one whoa, no girl. One top and then one bottom. So there's a top and then a bottom. Okay. Is that, does it make sense so far? Are you guys like completely like puzzled? Okay, so now I'm going to turn it this way. Let me move some of my junk here. And then I'm going to macrame these guys the regular way that I teach, where you start on this side. Let me lock the focus in so it doesn't make you guys like seasick. Did that do it? Hang on. Right there. Okay. So now I'm gonna like do this side up, but I'll do it like this quickly. So there's a top, bottom. Whoa. Ew. God, these strings are like, when they get long, I don't know, they're just kind of crazy. Okay, top, bottom. Top. Whoop. And bottom. Okay, now slide one over and down. And you can make the loop smaller by just using less beads. Like, let's say you want like a 6 millimeter. I mean, I don't have like the exact numbers, like how many, like I can't tell you like 6 beads makes, this size, 8 beads make that size. This is just like a matter of, trial and error, I guess. But I used like a toggle on this, and I just love the way it came out. And I was thinking, those really cute toggles that Laura Lee uses. Oh my goodness, they'd be so cute on something like this. Okay, so now I'm going to come over here, and then I'm going to do just a top and a bottom. So there's a top and a bottom. All right. Whoa. Okay, now for the, this is going to get like really exciting. Okay. So let's zoom out. Okay, this is where, let me get rid of this so there's no confusion, because I don't want you guys to get confused on what we're going to do next. Okay, so does that, I'll recap what I've just done. Let me move everything so there's no confusion. So I made like a multi-strand around 2 pegs. I slid all the beads on, and then I centered them. I took this string and I macrameed going this way, and then macrameed going that way. Now, okay. Boop, boop, boop. Okay, so these threads here, the long ones that are, you can come in and trim them because we don't need them. But just the ones that were like clipped to hold the multi-strand together. So you can come in and trim. I don't know, did I leave a tail before? Let's just do that. Let's try it. Just trim a little bit here. And then on this one, let's trim it. Oh, and one thing I did on this side, when you're working with really thin thread, you could get this like bandage tape. You can get it like at a drugstore. And God, you wrap it around the peg, and it just helps like keep like tension on the thread. That stuff's fantastic. It's one of my cool tips. So we're going to come in and trim this one off. Okay. Okay. See, this side has a bend. This side has a bend. And what we need to put on each of these sides is a leadered needle, because when we bring this back over, you're going to see this comes off, and see how I'm going to bend these 2 together. just like that. Let me zoom in. So these cords here, the ones that have the end loop, that's what we're going to macrame over. So let's get it on the board. I'm just going to use the middle part right here. Or I don't know, should I use a peg? Okay. Let's get those lined up. Okay, so right now I'm just going to get the macrame started. So but the important thing at this point is making sure that you know, this part right here is lined up. So let me zoom in so you can see. Okay, so I'm gonna like hold these just real like carefully. I'm gonna come over here, get a clip, preferably a better clip. Slide this up, clip this in. Is anyone like totally confused? Oh my God. Uh-oh. Okay, I'm gonna keep going because 20 minutes. Okay, so now at this point, you take your cords, and now we're gonna use both of these to macrame with. And you could, like those little spriggy leftovers that we had, you could macrame over them so that way you get a real clean like finish. So these will go out like their little arms, and then you bring them together. I think that's how I did it. Let me just make sure, because I know that I had a little bit of, oh no, don't get stuck. Trouble deciding like how to, I don't know if I did, I'll be able to tell in a second. Because if I do both and it comes out kind of weird. Okay, you know what? I think I did one. Okay, let's do one. Let me get rid of that. Because there were so many different ways that I did this. Okay, so I think I macrameed over with one. Okay, let's take it out. Because I want it to be as clean as possible. So let's remove this. And guys, I'm concentrating here. Okay, so take the outer ones. Okay, so the outer one here, and then the outer one there, and then bring that one in the middle, just like grab them all together. Okay, yeah, I think that's how I did it. Okay, so let's get this one. I mean, the funny thing is, it's not as difficult as it. Okay, that's how I did it. So I took just the two. That's so much nicer. Okay, so I'm gonna go top, right there. Ah, beautiful. Ooh, I love it. Look how nice that is. So there's a top, bottom. Let me see how this real thin cord keeping tension. It's real delicate. Okay, top. Try to get those little cut threads under top, bottom, and then top. Okay. And now we're gonna grab, you can trim those like little leftovers off now, because we just macrameed over them. So this will help keep and you don't have to melt them, because let me tell you, melting like little things like this, oh, it makes me so nervous. And at this point, now that I've got, I have this together, I'm just going to use a clip to hold this part right there. Is this focused? Okay. Okay, so now let's get the other two waxed threads. So this one goes with that side, and then this one goes with this side. Okay, remember I said to put a leader needle on these ends here? That's because now we need to start like sliding the beads on. So you could actually, slide the beads on with 2 leader needles. And I'm using a size 15. And I swear these needles are so tiny. Check it out. And it'll go like right on, like See that? That's what we want. We want these beads to go right in there. That's why I have the leader needle on both. So I'm just gonna like take these two cords. Remember we had like two, and then I'm gonna do a top, just like that, and then a bottom. See, the nice thing about this is that let me see if I did two in between, or I think I did two, a top and a bottom and a top and a bottom. I don't think so. I think it's just one. Okay, let's just do one. But I just basically what I want to do is give you the idea. So then you slide on one of these here. And I guess you could just go ahead and put your pattern on because there's no one and then another. Okay, and I'll give you the numbers because I'm not gonna I might run out of time, which but I want to like at least give you an idea like of how to like do the rest of the macrame. So let's click that on there. So when you put your little clover on, what I do is I do like the top, but I bring the cords like under the bottom. See how I tuck them in? Just like that. So there's a top, and then I do the bottom. So I always do top, bottom, slide the bead down. I might have done two. I'm just gonna do two in between because one just doesn't look right. Sometimes you gotta follow your like gut. Because I made several of these, and like I had a totally different idea for this project, and it did not work out. So, okay, that's it. Yeah, isn't the loop? It really is. And I'm working on like another video for my website that oh my god, you know what? I'm gonna have to take my beautiful bracelets off because they are like wreaking havoc. Don't you guys like just love that when your bracelets like make trouble? Top, bottom, and then top, bottom. Okay, do you guys get the idea, right? Like pattern wise. So you just follow that pattern. And for a 6-inch, I used 8 of these, and it was very, very snug. So I think if you did like 5 and you did 5, then the center, and then 5 more, then it would be like a 7 to 8, and it would be very, very comfortable. What am I doing? Where did this come from? Oh my goodness. Sometimes it's hard to like talk and do. Where did that come from? Oh, okay, that was, yeah, top, bottom, snug it down, then top and bottom. Oh, see, this keeps coming like loose. That's because this thread is so thin. But you know what? The thing is, the pattern, you can do whatever, pattern you want. Because what I mostly wanted to teach you was like how to do that button loop, okay, top, and how to like macrame these beads. This is a top and then a bottom. Okay. I don't know, that spacing doesn't look right to me. But it doesn't look like the original. But let me show you. So do you guys get that idea? Like, so you do the button loop, come in, and then you just like start macrameing. And then, you feed your beads on this end. And the other part I want to show you, which is really important. Where did my bracelet go? Do you guys see it? I was just, huh. Oh, there it is. So let's take a look at this. Yeah, my pattern was a little bit different, but so on this one I actually did like one complete macrame in between. But you know what? It doesn't matter. You can do whatever pattern you want. But the next thing I want to talk about, okay, you're macrameing along, and like right here in the middle, see how I got a rounder profile? Because a regular macrame is like it's like a rectangular, like it's like this, but where this other one is like this. So the way you do that, it's very easy. So let me put one bead. And it's used for a lot of, and it's often mistaken with the snake knot. But if you can macrame, oh my goodness, I dropped my bead. If you can macrame, you can do this. Okay, so let me put one of these beads on here. Let's get, oh, I don't want to miss. And the thread that I use for like this, for this leader needle, because when I make my leader needles for other things, I use like a 4 or a 6 pound fishing line. But when I'm working with the really thin stuff, I use not embroidery, not upholstery, but it is quilting. So, you know, you can like use like all kinds of stringy materials, and quilting is like works really like well. Okay, so this, okay, check this out. You're gonna love this. Remember how I was going, like I did my usual like that and then like this for this other look, which by the way, let me see if I can find it, because I've got a bigger scale here. Where is that macrame? Right here. Here's the bigger version. It will look like this. And this is very I don't know what the word is, but check it out. So what you do, see how I'm macrameing, but I'm not like macrameing over the cord. So I'm basically pretending like I'm doing my top knot, but I'm not going through the middle of the cord. So I'm going to go top, just like that. And then I'm going to go bottom, just like that. And then when you like tighten it, it gets that really cool look. I know, right, Tess? So it's just like macrame, but you don't make your knot on the core. So it's like you're making a knot on top of it and then on the bottom of it, top and bottom, but not like, does that make sense? I don't even know how to explain it. You know, so, but it gives it a totally different profile. And what I did, like, because the length that you make is going to be different, like from what I make. But when I get to the middle, I like to do it like this, just so the pendant, whatever I decide to like wrap or like wire wrap or, you know, slide on, it hangs better. And remember this technique that I'm teaching you, I think it's, did I do that wrong? No. Oh, that is a danger when you're trying to do two of these it's real easy to like accidentally do the other one, but don't do it, because, and I'm not saying don't do it, I'm saying don't think, oh, no one's gonna notice. Yeah, it'll bug you. So just like okay, top, bottom, top, just like that. And I'll try to zoom in on the on this after I've done a few to see if like I did it right. Ooh, it's taking on this really, really nice profile. Ooh, I love it. And one thing that I do not recommend, and I've been doing this for a long time, and it's, if you decide to do any kind of bracelet or necklace, using this particular macrame stitch, when you get to the end, go back into a regular macrame, because these things, if you try melting the ends, they'll just like, I don't know what it is about them, but they will just like, boom, like pop apart. So let's zoom in. Can you guys see that? How like cool that looks? I mean, this is like a little microscopic version of like this, and I'll show you. How cool is that? Am I zoomed in all the way? Yeah, I am. Do you like that? Isn't that pretty? Oh my God, 5 minutes. Okay, so, and then when I cannot believe this is like almost over. But I think the objective was to teach you how to do this part. And this part, I mean, when you're trying to decide like how long to make it, I mean, use your board. Just, you'll clip this in like right at 0, because that is like the beginning. And then you just, you just macrame, do your pattern. I mean, you don't have to put a pendant, but like, let's say like right at 3.5, I want to like put my pendant. I just keep repeating this pattern, do this little spriggy thing. And then when I get to the end, what I do is I cut these guys. Let's pretend like we finished the macrame. And a lot of you know that one of the ways that I finish off like a lot of my bracelets and necklaces is that I fold over the end. And in this case, it would be like a toggle bar. So let me get my little toggle bars here. Okay, did I lose it? I am going to borrow this one. And this one, I'll give you the length of it. This one it's about a little bit under 1 inch, in case you guys are wondering. So what I do in this case, I take, when I finish the macrames, I'll cut these guys off, because let's just pretend like I finished it. I got to whatever length I wanted. And then these ends here, I'll cut them off. Oh my God, I got 3 minutes. And I think a lot of you know the routine, but in case you don't, I will fold this back into like the end right here, and then I'll macrame over this part. So that little piece right there, I'll clip it in. Let me just clip this right in here. And then, I'll take another clip and you can get like a scrap of thread and put it around a clasp like this, just to hold it. See that? Perfect. Then I'll put this here. And then with the wax cord, I will do a very tight macrame binding knot, like right in here. So this, the technique is very, very versatile. So I'll just come in here, like tighten it really, really tight. And then just do it top, bottom until, it's nice and like snug. And then I use a thread zap to melt the ends. So basically the pattern is very repetitive. You don't have to put any kind of like pendant in the middle, and you just make it the length that you need. So does that make sense? That the objective of this lesson was to teach that loop, start in the middle, fold it, macrame, use a leader needle. Is that did I drive you guys crazy today? I mean, I hope I didn't stress anybody out. Are you guys like is everything cool? Is everyone nobody like going nuts? Was this understandable? Oh my goodness, it's already time to say goodbye. Man, could you believe how quickly the hour went by? Every time I do these lessons, I always think, I'm going to have so much time left over, and I don't. But anyway, thank you guys for joining the show. We've had so many people here today. Laura Lee, Robin, Sarah, Chatty, Michael, thank you guys so much. And I hope you learned something today, and I will see you guys next time. See ya. Bye.